To the Health and Wellness Show, everyone, where we survive and thrive in a world of chaos. Dr. Danielle, a holistic and naturopathic doctor, and myself, Rondea Wine, are your presenters today. Today, we have an incredible group of guest speakers with us, Mr. Andrew Phillips, Ms. Theo Prodromitis, and Dr. Chris Novelling.
Yeah, our mission in this group is to support the health and wellness of communities around the globe.
Our next guest is Ms. Theo Prodromitis. She is an award-winning entrepreneur, Amazon seller, marketing strategist, philanthropist, and Greek mom. She is the CEO and co-founder of Spa Destinations and CEO of Outfront Brands. Her passion for business is grounded in her love of philotimo, the Greek cultural imperative to serve the greater good with honor. Theo is a best-selling author of The Success Formula together with Jack Canfield and Big Questions During Tough Times. A fierce advocate for women in small businesses, she is a United States House of Representatives Small Business Committee congressional witness and serves on the National Retail Federation Retail Advisory Council. She's releasing her new book, The Balance Between Hustle and Flow, next week on Amazon. Please welcome Ms. Theo Prodromitis.
Thank you. Oh, it's so exciting to be here, and I can't wait. You made me sound really great. Hope I can live up to all of that.
Thank you. So, if you would, please tell us all about you. I mean, you have quite a bio there.
Well, I use 3 words to describe myself, so I'll start with that. And the 3 words I use to describe myself are Greek, mom, and entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is the one that's the umbrella, because that's like the grit. My tagline is light your fire. So I'm excited about every day. And I loved what Andrew said about focusing on one thing, focus on the customers. And I have just had these great opportunities through doing that to actually connect with incredible people, and just sort of what my mission is similar to yours, is to expand my reach to help other people find that thing that sparks them, to make them want to make a difference in the world, to do it for the greater good, and to have a blast doing it. Doesn't always work out, so you do it, like Andrew said, learn something new. That's what really evens the playing field for all of us. Let's go on this journey together and have some fun.
So how do you make a difference in other people's lives?
Well, that is the best question. And I think part of my community, I also have a Facebook community called Connect with Theo. I serve anybody, but mostly entrepreneurs or people who want to start a side hustle. And how do I serve people is by actually, number one, actually being a deep listener. For as enthusiastic and as crazy as I can be, I am somebody who actively listens and responds to that and tries to solve the problems that they have, and not ones that I think are a good idea.
If there was one thing that you could leave people with, what would that be? One piece of advice.
You are enough. Wherever you are, whatever you've been through, however bleak or however great you're doing, you are enough, because the coaching that I've done with people at all different levels of success, one thing we have in common as humans is that question of, is this all there is? Or am I enough? Am I good enough? And I would want everybody to know that from the bottom of my heart, that even though I can't see them, they can see me, that you are enough.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you for that reminder. That's so beautiful. So I am curious, if you don't mind a couple more minutes. So what is Outfront Brands? What exactly is that? Do you mind sharing with us?
I would love to. I'm excited to share it, because Outfront Brands is a boutique marketing agency that specializes in helping people refine their message. And usually it's a small boutique, as opposed to Andrew working with those big iconic brands. I'm usually the one serving the people that have an idea, but they're not quite sure how to get it out there, or they want to socialize it and see if it's really going to stick. So Outfront Brands helps bring that refinement of the messaging and combine that with my other company, Spa Destinations, which is a personal care brand that I sell on Amazon. Because in the wellness category, in about 2003, when I launched Spa Destinations, like Dr. Danielle, I went through a personal journey and had all these things happen. And I realized that we really need to take care of ourselves at home. So we have natural sponges, we have natural loofahs, argan and acai, body care. So it's about taking everyday experiences and making them into luxury, because just claiming your time on the earth, it's just, you're going to take a shower every day. Why does it have to be mundane? Just take 5 more minutes, have a little aromatherapy. Just, that's why people's ideas come in the shower, because you don't have the digital chaos. Right?
Yeah.
And that's what we do. That's our mission at Spa Destinations, is to get people to reconnect with themselves and to quiet the clutter and the noise, and do that personally. And then of course, what, you know, you all serve everybody on this conference, serves people in a different way, but really the answers come from within. And when you know, segueing into my upcoming book, which is, you know, it's coming out next week, Hustle and Flow, the balance between hustle and flow. When Dr. Danielle was asking Andrew, you know, what was one tip, I was thinking about it myself. That was a great question. And I would say that the reason I wrote the book is because it's that secret sauce that people ask me about all the time. How did you? How? It's the balance between knowing when to make things happen and when to let them happen. It's a really, really great skill that I share. I share some personal stories of serendipity, these connections that defy all, a connection that you just cannot explain. How did this happen? Isn't this divine? And honoring those and sitting with those, and then also not being afraid to, again, incorporate massive action on those days when you just know, you know what, nothing's happening. Let me do 10 things. Well, let's just, okay, I'm not afraid. Let me join that seminar. And oftentimes I join digital marketing seminars and things that are in my wheelhouse that I teach. And other people say, well, Theo, why are you the student in that? You could teach that. I said, yeah, but I'm going to learn something and I'm going to share it with everybody that I love. Why wouldn't I go in there? I'm not embarrassed to be the student of anything. Anywhere. That's what humans are supposed to do. We're supposed to help each other. And I've learned to take that hustle and flow and honor that and just make the best decisions every single day. And then remind myself I am worthy. Don't beat myself up when I do the wrong thing, or if I, heaven forbid, like my best intention, but if I say something that, you know, that might offend somebody and I didn't mean it at all, sometimes I beat myself up and say, oh, could you just have shut up? Could you just not say that? And if it's out there, I just take a chance to say, let me, you know, forgive myself for not being perfect. I have the good intention, and remind myself I didn't mean to do it, and to be honest with people and really forthright.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Wonderfully said. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So how may we get in touch with you, or how may we learn more from you? Or how does someone get in contact with you?
Well, I would love for everybody in the earshot here to, of course, if you're on Facebook, my Facebook community called Connect with Theo, T-H-E-O, Connect with Theo. And then also that on social on Instagram, so you can follow me there. And also my website is connectwiththeo.com. It has my latest articles. I just wrote one from a personal experience. I write for Thrive Global, which is Ariana Huffington's wellness site. And it has articles about wellness. But what I try to do is take my personal experiences and multiply them and see how you know, was something, my brother went into the ICU and he had this, you know, whole issue. And what I came away with, he's fine now. So praise God, he's doing great. He's recovering. But when I looked back at that experience and said, what could somebody else learn from it? I wrote an article about the fact that nurses are superheroes. And the current no visitor policy is devastating. before my brother was in the hospital, I had no idea how difficult it was on families to not be able to see their loved ones and drop them off at the hospital, whatever they're going in for, knee surgery or anything. It doesn't have to be COVID related. And then putting myself in the shoes of the nurses. I have no healthcare affiliation or background, just they now have to take every phone call of every worried family member. And I was so in awe. So I sort of live my life in curiosity like a student and like a kid. And then I say, this was gut wrenching for me because I wanted to, I'm a controller. So I wanted to be there right next to my brother and be like, okay, looking at the charts like I knew what it was, you know. I wanted a say, but I couldn't do any of that. I had to sit in the parking lot and cry, you know. That's what I just did. But the nurses were the glue. They were so beautiful. They held the iPad so he could see me. They answered the phone calls gracefully while they were giving medications. And so that's my gift to the world, is to take whatever pain I have, whatever experience, and try to translate that into something we can relate to and something actionable to say, you know what, if anybody's going to the hospital, just think of nurses as superheroes, and to share a little bit of sunshine with everybody on Thrive Global and on my website, Connect with Theo.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for adding that additional story. I think that's very powerful and I think it's something that people need to hear.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
I wanted to thank you, Theo. That's right. We are enough and we can overcome. And I think both our messages are that even though we have tragedies in our lives, we can overcome and we can find the strength within. We don't have to stay victims.
Absolutely. And your light gives somebody else permission to shine. When they hear what you've gone through and they hear that horrific, when they hear your story and they say, holy moly, she's an author, she's a doctor, she went through hell and she kept going. She didn't stop. She kept going. And that really, I've had the most rewarding thing is to get those emails and those phone calls to say, you gave me hope. I did it. I tried one more because of you.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
To